Hello, friends. Those back pages here. I hope you're well. As you can probably decipher from the title of tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about some stuff, some things. First, I wanted to say thank you, as my last few episodes have been very well received, and I really appreciate your time and comments. Let's start with Gary V. Don't be Gary V. I will not begin to attempt to pronounce his name, but if you're on social media at all, Twitter, you know who Gary V is. He was on the Rich Eisen show on, I think it's ESPN. I don't watch ESPN, but I think I've seen YouTube clips. He's pushing big time. I think he'll actually be at the show, but investing in sports cards, claiming that the quote-unquote sneakerheads are now moving on to sports cards, and with high-end packs gaining popularity, high dollar packs, because sports gambling is gaining popularity. I don't know, it just comes off very raw to me, very snake oily, very gruff. These were things we heard in the 80s. Those of us that are old enough to remember the 80s and sports cards. You know, buy these cases of 87 tops, put them away, and you can put your kids through college. We all know how that turned out. So be wise. I wouldn't recommend investing in sports cards. Collect sports cards because they're fun. Collect sports cards because they remind you of being a kid in a time when there was no internet. And you read the SCD every week until your fingers turned black from the newspaper ink. You read Tough Stuff magazine. You read Sports Card Digest. As I just mentioned, you read sports cards. You read Beckett. Some people mailed away for sets and singles. There was no internet then. Heck, there were no autographs then in the 80s. Barely any chase cards. You collected the cards because you loved the cards. And the gum. No denying the gum. Okay. As for the binder project. I wanted to thank a few friends who will go unnamed. A few of them do not have YouTube yet, but should, and I encourage them all to go ahead and jump in the pool. It's quite nice in our end of the pool here in the card community. But I speak to them pretty much daily, bouncing ideas back and forth. It's quite enjoyable. So they know what's been going on with me the last week or so with this binder project I announced to you guys. And one of my friends said that it's okay to change course, to modify, to do what you want to do with your collection. And he's right. I've given it a lot of thought. I'm going to do the binder project but I'm modifying it. Instead of 3 copies of each, I'm going to do 1 copy of each. But I'm going to do a nicely presenting copy of the 1 copy. For example, I was looking at 84 Donruss Don Mattingly's. And for $30-ish, you can get PSA 7s that are not well centered, that are have diamond cut or tilt, depending how you want to classify it. And I would just be getting 3 of those just for the sake of getting 3 of those. No, don't do that. Try to find a nicely centered 8. 9s have gotten a little crazy with the Cheese Whiz pricing. But you can find a nicely centered 8. Hey, I'll take a finely centered 6. I don't care. It's going in the binder. As I mentioned before, the 84 Donruss Mattingly was heavily counterfeited 35 years ago. So buying a raw is very risky, even if the seller doesn't know it's counterfeit at this point in the game. Anyway. So, what order should I do it? I'll do it this order. Okay. Brings a little story time. The first card that will be going in the binder. This is 1980 Topps Rickey Henderson. That is in PSA 4 condition, 3 or 4. It's got some surface bubbles there, some snow in the dugout. It's very well centered. I've owned this card for, I want to say, since 82. So 37 years I've owned this card, maybe 81. I traded for this card a very long time ago, obviously. So this will be the first card going into the binder. But before that, let me, you can see an obvious things in front of you that maybe are asking some questions. What's up with that? Oh, but first, with this newly configured binder, remember this 83 Donruss, factory set that I picked up? So that'll be able to strike off everybody in the set. So that worked out. And I was able to pick this up for $20. Got very lucky with that. So that helps, because obviously Gwynn, Boggs, Sandberg, Chili Davis, Steve Sachs, Barfield, George Bell, they'll all be going in the binder. But anyway, on to what you see in front of you. For the 2014 show in Cleveland, I drove to Cleveland in my 2005 Galant. While I was there, a friend of mine gave me a bunch of cards and gave me this, which is a birthday card, but it wasn't given to me as a birthday card. Maybe it was a belated, I don't remember, but it does not, it's got an off and on button. It does not work anymore. It is 5 years ago. But it would just do various, that's what she said, ha ha, that's what she said, various sounds. You could just keep pressing them, but it's funny. But the battery, it's not a battery, because it's just, maybe if I unscrewed that, it's a battery, but anyway, it was a one-off thingy. Anyway, so point being, he gave me that, and this is 2014. Anyway, In the summer of 2016, my Galant was totaled, not by myself. That's not, and this was in the glove box of my Galant, along with some other cards. So I took this and put it in my current vehicle, and one of the other card, and one of the other cards one of the cards he gave me that actually I found last week or so in the trunk of my current car. I don't remember how it got in the trunk, but it was in the trunk. Is this 85 Eric Davis Topps, which is off-centered and got some paper loss there, but my friend Stefan gave me this card. This will be going in the binder to represent his 85 Topps. And this was in the glove box of my current car. Obviously, this was not purchased from the old car, but it was in the glove box, so I just pulled it out. And evidently, update is the hot poop now because Bellinger and Luke Voigt and Carpenter's in here. A shout out to Eric, Oakland A's Eric. Anyway, so that was in there, so I grabbed that, and too bad this doesn't work anymore. It's still funny though. Harold, move over, we're gonna do something. We're going to start the binder project. First, you get a brand new penny sleeve. You take the Ricky, you put them in the penny sleeve. You open the album, and you take it out of the plastic. It's got a zipper. Jeez, this is not going to look good in the camera, I apologize. But it's got a zipper. This is called the Z Folio LT. Got some paper in it. One piece, why I don't know. And it's got 20 of these pages. So 9 on each side. 20 times 18 is 360. So join me now as the beginning of the binder project. We're going to put the Ricky in there. Just like that, penny sleeved up. Fits in there nice, because without the penny sleeve these might be a little bit rough. These binders are made for gaming cards, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. So there you have it. The first card in the binder will be Ricky, and then the very last card right here is going to be the 89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. to bookend the project. So we start with Ricky, and we'll end with Ken Griffey Jr. right here. But man, that Ricky's just such a beautiful baseball card. It really is. Really is. And then somewhere in the middle here, the Eric Davis will go. Talking to another friend of mine last night, in fact, he said to me, man, I wish I had something I could send you for your collection. And I said to him, it's great to get stuff. I, always appreciate getting stuff, but what you're giving me right now is what I really like, and that's friendship and conversation. Because at the end of the day, that's what this hobby is all about. Friends, having a good time, enjoying yourself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this binder project. And I'll have a book of 80s rookie cards essential to me that I can flip through at any time and enjoy. I'm still looking at the Ricky, I apologize. And then probably after that's done, I can work on the 90s. Although I don't know if I'm going to crack any of my Jeter out. But again, the point of this project is to have fun and not break the bank, which is where it was heading with the 84 Fleer update, trying to get 3 of each. It's a little insane. Alright, guys. Let's put Harold back. Say hi, Harold. Hi, Harold. The show is almost here, guys. It's real close. I have an app on my phone that tells me how many days, but I'm using that phone to record this video, so I can't really look at it. But you know it's getting close. Alright, guys. Friends. Really appreciate you. You guys matter. You matter more than you know. I want you to share your knowledge. I want you to keep collecting. I want you to be kind to one another. I want you to sub to new channels. I want you to give everyone a chance. Because there's some people that aren't making videos anymore. And I wonder why. I wonder if it's because it's just too much work for too little views, which it shouldn't matter, but it does to some folks. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Think about it.